There's a quiet kind of heartbreak that doesn't come from betrayal, but from realization. The moment you sit alone and ask yourself, why does this keep happening to me? You gave your time, your patience, your understanding. You tried to love them in ways no one ever loved you. And still, it wasn't enough. Not because you weren't enough, but because you were giving your love to the wrong person. And if you're honest, this isn't the first time. There's a painful truth many good people eventually face. Being a good person does not guarantee you'll be loved correctly. In fact, it often makes you more vulnerable to being loved incorrectly. Because you're patient, you forgive easily, you try to understand instead of walking away. And those are beautiful qualities. But in the wrong relationship, those same qualities become the reason you stay too long. You don't give up easily, so you keep hoping. You don't judge harshly, so you keep excusing. You don't abandon people, so you abandon yourself instead. And slowly, what started as love becomes something heavier, something confusing, something exhausting, something that doesn't feel like love anymore, but you still call it love. Because you've invested too much to let go. Let's be honest about something uncomfortable. You don't just end up with the wrong person. There's a pattern behind it. And most of the time, it starts with how you see love. If you grew up believing love had to be earned through effort, sacrifice, or proving your worth, then you're more likely to chase people who don't give love easily because it feels familiar. You mistake emotional unavailability for depth, inconsistency for excitement, distance for mystery. And when they pull away, you don't walk away, you lean in, you try harder, love harder, give more. Because somewhere deep down, you believe that if you can just love them enough, they'll finally choose you. But here's the truth. Healthy love doesn't require you to prove your worth. And the people who make you feel like you have to are never going to give you the love you deserve. Another reason good people love the wrong ones. You see potential instead of reality. You meet someone broken, distant, or emotionally unavailable. And instead of walking away, you feel called to stay. Not because you're weak, but because you care. You believe. If I support them, they'll grow. If I love them, they'll heal. If I stay, they won't feel alone. But love is not therapy, and you're not responsible for fixing someone who isn't trying to fix themselves. This is where many good people get stuck. You fall in love with who they could be, not who they are. And you wait months, years, hoping the version you imagined will finally show up. But they don't. And slowly, you start losing pieces of yourself in the process. Let's talk about something that feels like love, but often isn't. Intensity. The late night talks, the emotional highs and lows, the feeling that you can't live without them. It feels powerful. It feels real. But intensity is not the same as stability. And good people, especially those who feel deeply, often mistake chaos for connection. Because calm feels unfamiliar. Predictability feels boring. So when someone gives you peace, you question it. But when someone gives you anxiety, you chase it. Because it feels like something you need to win. But love was never meant to feel like a competition. You shouldn't have to fight for consistency or beg for clarity. or question where you stand. Sometimes you already know they're not right for you. You feel it in the silence, in the distance, in the way they don't show up when it matters. But you stay anyway. Why? Because letting go feels like losing everything you built. You remember the good moments, the promises, the version of them that once made you feel seen. And you hold on to that version, even when it no longer exists. There's also fear. Fear that you won't find someone else. Fear that starting over will hurt more. Fear that maybe this is the best you can get. So you stay in something that hurts, because at least it's familiar. But staying in the wrong relationship doesn't protect you from pain. It prolongs it. This is the hardest part to admit. Sometimes you don't lose yourself suddenly. You lose yourself slowly, by saying it's okay when it's not, by lowering your standards just to keep them, by ignoring your intuition. You stop asking for what you need because you're afraid they'll leave. You stop expressing how you feel because you don't want to seem too much. And eventually, you become someone you don't even recognize, all for a love that was never meant for you. That's not love. That's self-abandonment disguised as loyalty. So how do you stop loving the wrong person? You don't just change who you choose. You change what you accept. You start paying attention to actions, not just words. You stop chasing people who confuse you. You stop trying to prove your worth to someone who can't see it. And most importantly, you learn to walk away. Not because you don't care, but because you finally care about yourself more. You realize love should feel safe. It should feel mutual. It should feel like you're not the only one trying. And when it doesn't, you don't stay and suffer. You leave and grow. Healthy love is quiet. It doesn't leave you guessing. It doesn't disappear when things get hard. It shows up consistently, honestly, without making you question your value. It feels like peace, not anxiety. And yes, at first it might feel unfamiliar because you're not used to it. But unfamiliar doesn't mean wrong. Sometimes it means you're finally experiencing something real. If you've been loving the wrong person, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've been loving the way you were taught, the way you learned to survive. But you don't have to stay in that pattern. You can choose differently. You can choose yourself. And one day, you'll meet someone who doesn't make you question your worth. Someone who doesn't need to be convinced to stay. Someone who sees your love and matches it. Until then, don't settle for almost. Don't chase what drains you. Don't shrink yourself to be loved. Because the right love will never require you to lose yourself to keep it.